Kasioka, and I'm very happy to be here today. Basically, today I want to address the issue of multiple sclerosis. Remember when I started this channel, I basically started it because of multiple sclerosis. And that was the time when I was briefly diagnosed, or immediately after I was diagnosed with MS, is when I started this channel because in Africa, to be specific, in Kenya, it is thought to be a disease of the white people, and unfortunately, it is not. I am African. I am from Kenya. I am from Mukambani. I am Isaac Kashoka Mulwa. So basically, and I have the condition, and I know a couple of more people who have the same condition as me. So basically, this thing is not foreign. It is not of the white people, as they call it. It is a disease. It's a chronic condition like any other. And today I am keen to talk about one pertinent issue which has been bothering me, which has been a part of me for the last, I think, 3 years or so, and that is staggering. Personally, I am not a drunkard. I don't drink alcohol. Actually, I don't encourage alcohol. I don't encourage any form of drug and substance abuse because I believe in one way or the other it affects someone's life. So most of the time on the issue of staggering, most of the time uh, I meet people and I'm here staggering. But the funny thing is that I'm staggering, but I'm not drunk. Specifically, I want to touch on a story of a certain day which I went to visit my sibling, that's my younger brother, somewhere along Wayaki Way in Kenya, Nairobi. So when I was boarding the matatu, I remember very well as if it was yesterday. I'll never actually forget that story because I tried to get onto the matatu, and then from nowhere the conductor was holding me and telling me that I should not board the matatu. Reason being, he thought I was very drunk and I was not able to pay the matatu fare. And these are the days when you decide I'm not using an Uber. These are the days when you decide today is the day which I'll use a matatu instead of an Uber. For those who might not know, a matatu is just basically public transportation. So popular in Kenya and so popular in Nairobi specifically, but it's also done in other towns in Kenya still. I might not do this very much professionally, but I'll try my best to preach the gospel of MS, that is multiple sclerosis, to the people so that they may understand from one place to another, so that they may understand what this thing is. And it will be I'll be very grateful if this happens because basically everybody deserves to know what this thing is, and everybody also deserves to know why MS is very dangerous and why MS is a bother in the society. Let me talk about this particularly. I remember when the conductor pulled me out. Of course, I stepped out. I was not stable. MS makes you lose your balance, so I was not stable. So I was very shivering, and in stages you find there are those people who help to get the matter to fail, or rather the people who call customers to come to board the matatu, and there were very many. So they started arguing with me, and I remember my brother is just taken me from into the stage and was walking back home. So I did not call him. I don't know why I never called him. I think I should have called him. And so I started arguing with him. There's a walking aid which I usually use to walk around because of this stability thing. So they took the walking aid and threw it away, and they kicked it away, and they were very shocked, and they were very rude to me, actually, I might say, because I don't know how You can be drunk, you can have partaken alcohol and then it does not smell. And apparently, to me, it was not smelling. And their claim was, I am very drunk. I've consumed a lot of, or rather, I am intoxicated. I've consumed a lot of alcohol, and it is very unfortunate. I had not consumed any alcohol because alcohol basically smells, and alcohol basically has a smell on you. And there's a very slight difference. You can differentiate between a person who has taken alcohol and a person who has not taken. But because MS is not popular in Africa or in Kenya, they were not able to understand this. So eventually, what happened, I don't know, a good Samaritan came along. He defended me. He said, if this human being was drunk, if this guy was drunk, it could be smelling like alcohol, like the way you guys are smelling. In Kenya, we call them kamagiras. So that's what we call them. Maybe in the developed world, that is in US or anything else, these people never take it to be like them, or they are not there. But here in Kenya, they are very popular. Actually, it's a way of living for people, for most young men who do not take the education further, who do not further the education. So basically, what's there is I want to warn, and or I want to pass this message to the public that people with multiple sclerosis might at times stagger a lot, might at times be not able to walk in straight lines, or rather be not able to follow straight lines, or rather in the arrangement of tiles they might not be able to walk through them. And let's preach this gospel. Let's preach the gospel of multiple sclerosis so that it may be known. I also remember another day when I went to a certain finance manager interview. The interview was good. I attended the interview. I was interviewed well. But I remember the interviewer, who is the CEO. There were three interviewers during that interview. The CEO told me she thought that MS was a disease for developed countries. And I was like, I am here, I have MS, I have come to interview with you. These are my medical records. And actually, if you don't know, MS makes you automatically a person with disabilities. Because if you cannot be able to be stable, I don't know what you can do. So let's preach this gospel. Let's talk about MS at all levels, and I hope one day, one time, even the president will be able to hear this story and will be able to defend us. Actually, for me, traveling has become very costly personally because I have to use an Uber, a taxi, a Bolt, whichever form of taxi which is available for me, I have to use it. So Uber has become very expensive for me, and it is too unfortunate that I am facing this. But one day I shall prevail. I shall be able to afford a couple of things here and there, and I will be able to support myself clearly. So guys, thank you very much. Remember to hit the subscribe button. My goal is to make the reach of multiple sclerosis, or rather the knowledge of multiple sclerosis, to be as wide as possible. So hit the subscribe button, share the video link, and be ready to support me in any way. Or rather, but I don't know if you can support financially, it's okay. But personally, I've started a foundation which deals with multiple sclerosis, and it's called Multiple Sclerosis Kenya Foundation. So that is what I'm looking at, and I'm willing to support each and every person who comes my way with this condition. Thank you very much. May God bless you, and see you in the next video. Thank you.